want to sort of burst it too quickly there, Michael. But latest on the field at the moment is Lucas Chiss. Now, Lucas Chiss appeared pretty much out of the wilderness just recently. He came along and is in the hot topic probably a hot topic of the back straight at the moment. He's an absolute fine form. He took out the double gold at the All Schools Champs for the 8 and 15 here in Victoria just a couple of weeks ago. Came out of nowhere, front runner, basically means business. He goes out and does his thing. So he comes in with a seeded time that's pretty impressive, 3:54.58. He ran an 800 that same sort of championship schedule on 1:54.21, so he's really popping out there. Bart Leeton, not one to be dismissed at all. He's an athlete that's been about the ranks for some time. He's a national title holder in the 1500 metres. So Bart's someone to watch out, as is Avery McDermott as well. So he's a runner from Bendigo.
I raced him last Tuesday night, actually, over 3K.
How'd you go?
Made me feel very old when I saw his age as 15 on the start list, but I got him.
You got him?
Got him, yeah.
Oh,
just
good.
You have to make sure of that for sure, no doubt.
Yeah,
but the thing is, who's on the main stage at the on-track nights right now, Brady?
Now, he does have an 800 PB of 1:54. So if this is slow and tactical, I know we've got some guys with sub 4-minute 1,500 metre PBs, but a 1:54 shows that he's got wheels if this comes down to a kick down.
Okay, so we might have our 1, 2, 3 predicted there in Lucas Chiss, Bart Leeton and Avery McDermott.
We've also got the brothers here from Albury as well, the Franks boys, Alec and Eddie as well. So
are they next to each other?
They always put in a decent effort for the size of them.
Yep.
And someone else as well is always in prep is Sam Meehan as well. So he always runs a pretty strong and confident race. So keep an eye on Bart Leeton, so in the 12. And also his teammate as well is out there today, obviously supporting him as well. So some really strong racing we're probably looking forward to here, Michael.
Absolutely, and we're almost in the starters' hands. We'll read out the full start list as they get underway. I'm curious to see if it's going to be a strung-out affair, if it's going to be a bit of a championship race. I don't know. Looking at how things have gone tonight, Brady, what do you reckon? Is it going to be more like a go from the gun, or are we going to see a bit of a pack form?
Well, there's a lot of inexperience in this, isn't it? Like, this is a big crowd. First time a lot of these boys have raced in front of a crowd like this. So I think we see a bit of a mixture. A few boys will go a bit erratic early, and then I think it will settle down, and then we'll see experience probably shine from some of the people who've been around track and field maybe a bit longer. But Kim is telling me that Lucas Chiss, not very experienced, but he's got wheels and doesn't mind going off the front.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's going to be wearing that hip number 6. So we'll get some vision in a moment of hip 6 and just see his progress as he makes his way around the track as well. So he's there with the famous pink Nike shoes. So there's a couple of those.
Yep,
he's on centre of screen at the moment. He's running in the Collingwood gear.
What an experience for the brothers, the two little fellas in 1 and 2 from Albury. 3-hour drive, come down the highway.
They absolutely do. You know, they always have an absolutely gutsy effort. I'm always impressed with the way that they run during their Little Ass and AV events. They really give it to the bigger boys, and there is such a vast difference in the sizes of these young men as well. So a lot more mature than others, and they do tend to mature at different ages. And, you know, height's obviously a buying factor in this type of race because of the opportunity to open up your leg stride. So
I like we've seen our first homemade signs up the top left-hand corner of screen as well.
Go Mentone.
Something about Mentone and Melbourne Pack.
So a little bit of unsteadiness there at the start. So we'll give the boys a bit of an opportunity to settle up.
Okay, and lane number 1, of course, we mentioned Eddie, followed by Alec Franks, Riley Stewart, Oscar Litcher, Gus Augustine, Max Luke, Lucas Chiss, Noah Torello, Jonathan Neathling, Sam Meehan, Thomas Lindemann, Bart Leeton, Riley Sullivan, and Avery McDermott round out your field of 14 as one of the Franks.
But it is Alex. Alex always gets out there a little bit, gets out of the trouble, so he doesn't get, obviously boxed in. So he does tend to do this generally in the earlier stages of this race, but you can see them running as wide as lane 2 at the moment, Michael, just to try to jostle for that position that they want before they settle themselves into single file. Yeah,
Leeton, McDermott, Chiss, who we mentioned only moments ago, are at the head of the field right now as we see them pop under the Dream On tunnel. So it is Alec Franks, Bart Leeton, Lucas Chiss, Max Luke as well from Collingwood's right in the mix there, as is Avery McDermott there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as we're strung out already.
That's quick though, 64 I reckon through the 400 metre line there.
Of course, because it's a 1,609 metre mile, so it's funny to sort of see the splits come through every 400 as they just get more and more strung out as we just lose them behind the tent there, and the gap just starts to be bridged a little bit as Bart Leeton gets up on Frank's heels, Kim.
They do seem to be forming a bit of a pack now behind Franks as well, so you can see that group really starting to make Avery McDermott as well, bringing into that collection of boys as well. So Chiss, Bart Leeton, Alec Franks, Avery McDermott, and Lucas Chiss.
As we lose them behind the Peking Duck stage, the order hasn't changed, except the front pack is bunching up and they're just stringing away from the rest of the field. Jonathan Neethling is in no man's land, and there's a bit of a pack at the back. But with 2 laps to go, it's very early to call, but we are looking at a top 5 out the front. It'll be interesting to see if Neethling can bridge that gap, as Franks is still in front. Leeton just sitting pretty on the inside, 1 back. As he just gets up on the shoulder and he said, no, enough's enough.
Bart's starting to make a move now on that pack as well. As he comes around through, he's sort of taken it over. The actual group of 4 of them have now passed the shoulder of Alec Franks. So as they make their way down the back straight, it's going to be some really strong front running at the moment from Leeton.
And look at McDermott. Brady, you were just mentioning his 800 metre speed.
Yeah, and the moves are looking now, 600 metres to go. Avery has got the head down a bit, but that is his technique, so don't be concerned if you're watching at home. But this move out the front here looks like it could be one for home.
Leeton, the under-14 Victorian record holder and multiple-time state champion, is showing why he is all class and comes through the Dream On tunnel for the second last time tonight. McDermott gets up on his shoulder and just goes bang.
Chiss is starting to move as well. So this is going to be interesting to see now what Chiss and Leeton do in this chase group for this final lap. Leeton's going to try and make his way through on the inside now. As Chiss starts to make his way on the outside, it's not a sharp move right at this stage, but I wouldn't surprise me now with possibly the experience he might have at distance running that he may even pass on the shoulder of him on the bend. So making their way down to open up in the back straight. It is Leeton really leaning forward at the moment, digging his heels down at the moment, but Chiss on the outside is also moving up into second place.
Don't sleep on Max Luke, though. He is in 4th, and he is almost bridging a gap into Avery McDermott. 200 metres to go. It is Leeton, Chiss, McDermott, and Luke. They are your 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's see what happens over the Peking Duck stage and out of the Dream On tunnel.
Leeton's got some redemption here from a couple of weeks ago. He's going to run this really strongly home, but it is also Chiss that's not going to give up just yet. Leeton running strong, probably about 30 metres to go. He's not going to give up on this one now. Bart Leeton's going to take out first. Chiss is going to take second. McDermott's going to take third. And Luke is going to take 4th. Really strong running by our early leader, Alec Franks. He's going to take 5th.
Lichter, Stewart, Augustine, Neethling, Lindemann, and crossing the line now is Sullivan, followed by Torello, Franks, and to round out the field, Sam Meehan.
62nd last lap as well.
62nd last lap from under 16.
Firing those two. It was going to be down to that last lap between the 2 of them.
Did he pull out the telephone across the line as well?
Yeah, he did so. We want a bit of a replay on that celebration, actually. There was, he was loving it.
Was that the call me? I think it might have been the earphone, was it not? Call me on the bat phone. Let's have a bit of a look-see here on this last bit here. Yeah, it is. Hello.
For all the fans out there, it's probably some TikTok thing that we don't know about.
I'm too old to know about that kind of stuff, Kim.
And that's it for the under-16 events tonight. Mitch, trackside with Bart Leeton. We'll grab an interview very shortly. There's presentations to be had as well and more events on track quite soon.
We're just talking about what the tactics were in that race, because it's a bit of a different one for you. Usually you're a mile out in front, you just keep going. Had a few challenges there, played into your hands. What was the thought process going into it?
Yeah, very strong competition going into this. You knew that Chiss and Ave McDermott were going to be on my hammer, so just decided to make it a bit more chill than I usually do for a 15 or a mile. So yeah, happy that it worked.
So what's been the training going into all of this? Obviously, you're coming into a big year. You know, you're starting to get a bit bigger, a bit stronger. We're all used to watching Bart Leeton run around here in the Victorian and national scene, but what's working for you at the moment, and what's allowing you to be able to go out and compete and race like that?
Yeah, just I've started to maybe pick up a tiny bit of Ks, but not too much. So I just kind of keep it chill, so nothing too bad happens. But yeah, just consistency's been on my side. I haven't had barely any injuries lately, so really happy to get a good stint of training in.
Now, I can't not see it. You just remind me so much of a young Luke Matthews in the way that you run and the way in the swagger, talking about it, the celebration over the finish line. Were you saluting somebody in the crowd, or was it just a catch of the moment thing?
It just came to me. Always looked up to Luke, probably my biggest hero of mine. So, well, back in year 4, he gave me a bunch of his Olympic gear that kind of inspired me. So, yeah, nothing really came of it. Just thought I'd do something different. Usually I'd go with the Carmelo Anthony, but switched it up this time.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for the double python next time, all right? I'll be very excited to see it. Congratulations, Bart Leeton, the winner of your men's under 16 mile. Well done, Bart.